Hello dear students, hope you are all fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. I am your BGS teacher, assistant teacher of social science, Bandhavan Cantonment Public School and College. Now I am conducting a class for the students of class 5 English version. I am your BGS teacher, so our subject is Bangladesh and Global Studies. We will discuss today the chapter number 8. Before discussing about the title of the chapter, first of all I am trying to tell you a story. So listen the story. You know about the Begum Rukia Sakawat Hussain. Begum Rukia Sakawat Hussain was the legendary lady of our history. He built up a school with 10,000 taka from her husband Sakawat Hussain. He was the pioneer of the girls' education in the Asian subcontinent. He is the writer of Motichur, Rukia Shopno, Abarut Bhashini. He is the pioneer of the women education. You know what his duty and why he struggled for his whole life? Please, from this story, please guess the title of our lesson, guess the title of our chapter, guess the subject matter of our today's class. Okay, I am giving you time, but not so many. Yes, I think you are the intelligent boys and girls. You can assume, you can make assumptions about the title of this chapter or the subject matter of today's class. Yes, this is the gender equality. This is the gender equality. What is gender equality? You know, I am a boy, my sister is a girl, but in our family, traditional family, we are not equally treated. Our state also not equally treated us. There is so many distinguished, so many differences and discriminations in our society. Okay, but not in our society. Before 100 years ago, the European nations, the today's developed nations also deprive their girls. Okay, comparing with the boys. From there, this is the history of, this is the culture of gender inequality. Okay, gender inequality. Inequality means not equal. You are the son of your brother is the son of your parents, you are the daughter of your parents, but you are not treated, we are not generally treated equally in our society. This is the gender inequality. Gender means boys and girls. Okay, this is not a biological issue, this is a social issue nowadays. This is a social issue nowadays. So you are getting the chapter of this title of this chapter, gender inequality. After completing this chapter, this point, you will be able to know about the women's rights, and you will be able to know gender inequality. What is gender inequality? Already I have told this. And then voting right of women. What is the voting right of women? Once upon a time, women were not allowed to vote. First of all, in New Zealand, the New Zealand's government gave the right to the women to vote in the election. And before 100 years ago, okay? Before 100 years ago, our women didn't get the right of voting in the election, any kind of elections. They are only the household worker. Okay? The lesson of this chapter, there are 3 lessons in this chapter. First lesson is pioneer for women. Pioneer means the frontliner, agroprotik. Okay? Then International Women's Day. What is the International Women's Day? We will be know about this. Why International Women's Day is observed all over the world. Okay? And then we will be able to know violence against women. Yes, violence against women is also a part of human rights. We have discussed about these lessons in the human rights. Okay, so we will have to discuss the 2 lessons naturally today's class. Okay, let's start our lesson. Pioneer for women. Pioneer for women means this kind of women who have been helping the women through their education, to their job sector, and to their social rights. We know about our legendary lady Begum Rukia. Yes, Begum Rukia Sakawat Hussain was the pioneer lady for our history. He struggled for the women's rights whole of his life, all over the life. He set up school for the women, Sakawat Memorial School, before 100 years ago, maybe for the girls within 10,000 taka of managed from her husband. Her husband was a great-hearted man, Sakauth Hussain. He gave Begum Rokia this big amount of money for that time, and he set up the school for the girls. So he is the pioneer of the women, the frontliner lady who struggled for the women rights. And this is a ratio of today's girl education in our country. Enrollment in education is girls enrollment is 84%. 100 girls, not one, all girls are entering to the school nowadays. Only 84% girls child, female students enter into primary school. Only 84% within 100. Percentage mean counting with 100. Okay, and boys are 81%. Generally in school time, girls are very eager to going to school, but they are not keep the fluency, keep the consistency. They cannot keep the consistency for the socio-economic condition, for early marriage, for the dowry system and many other conservative system of our society. That's why they are facing the problem. Now, this is the example of this kind of enrollment. 84% girls enter into the school. Only 81% boys enter into the school. But after all, complete with quality educations. 84% students enter into the primary school but complete their education, primary education of till class 5. Only 28% drop out. How many students dropped it out generally? Please calculate this. 28%, 14, 6 and 7 minus, yes, 56%. 56% students drop out every year in our country, whether boys or girls, both sides. So this is a very matter of sorrow for our nation, for our future generation. And please look at the board. In enrollment in the primary initial time, 84% male student girls, 81% boys students enter into the primary school, get admitted in the school, dropped out 34% girls. Yes, the ratio of dropping girls is very high, 34%, and 32% boys also drop from the primary education, even not higher education. Complete without quality. Without quality means they complete their education but they generally don't know how to read, how to write, how to calculate the mathematical term. This is a matter of sorrow. Without quality, completing the education is not the education we think. And then 25% boys complete their education without quality. They pass in primary education but don't read, can't read. What is this? Yes, this is the reality in our society. Complete with quality, only 28%. 48% to 28% complete with quality. This is the fruitful percentage of the primary education. This is not. It is 48%, 100%, 56% is not. 28% is the actual rate of primary education because they generally complete their education with quality. 28% boys, 28% girls complete their primary education with quality, getting the quality of higher education, secondary. After completing secondary, they will get into admissions in the higher secondary and also the higher education. Okay, only 12% students of our country can get the chance of the higher education. Okay, this lesson is complete. Yes, women education. Sorry, Women's Day. What is the Women's Day? Women's Day is strongly related to the Russian Revolution. Russian Revolution of 1917. Russian Revolution, Industrial Revolution, Political Revolutions. Okay, industrial and political. Russian Tsar. This is very tough history for the upper class students. We will discuss in our upper class, inshallah. The International Women's Day observed all over the world in 8 March. March 8. In March 8. 8 March is the International Women's Day. This day is observed for the rights, for the establishment of the women rights all over the world. This is related with the strike of the garment workers in the UK. You know UK? Britain. United Kingdom is the Britain, Wales and Scotland also. In March 8 is the International Women's Day, which is observed all over the world to commemorate the historic struggle of the women. The pioneer woman in the history is Sarojini Naidu, Florence Nightingale are the also international pioneer for the women movement. Okay, we will get help from your parents. You will get help from your pioneer also to understand this lesson. I am trying to make short of this lesson because of time, because the long video is very irritable for you, I think. And women movement of 1848, women movement of 1908 are the combination of the Women's Day, are the combination of the women movements, and finally United Nations recognized the International Women's Day in 1977. Like us, in 1999, maybe United Nations recognized our International Mother Language Day, 21st February. Like this, United Nations recognized the International Women's Day in 1977. Mark this. This is a very important point for the question, answering question in the examination. Okay. Voting right. Yes, women are also fight for their voting rights. I discussed this in the beginning of the video. Voting rights. Women are Sarojini Naidu, Florence Nightingale, and I am not remembering the international personality's name. They are very hard-working person for the establishment of the women right, voting rights. In maybe New Zealand was the first country who gave the right the women to vote in the election. Okay. I have already completed my discussions with this lesson. Please, I am giving you the homework. You have to submit. So we are the students of PEC exam +5. You have to collect 10 broad questions, structured broad questions. Broad questions, 10 broad questions, which are very common for the PEC exam. You can get help from the associate book. You can get help from the associate book because the questions which are making common every year, like these questions. Please collect 10 most common questions, common broad questions, and write down all of these answers within 5 days. I am giving you long time for doing this homework, so don't worry. Within 5 days, you have to make the answer of 10 structured broad questions, which are very important for the exam, which are common in the previous year. Okay, that's all for today. We will meet soon. Stay home, stay safe. Allah Hafiz.